Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Raptors Digest reaction podcast for the Raptors' 126-113 win against the Charlotte Hornets. Riker?
Yep.
This was a fun one.
Oh my gosh. The legend of the Six, the idol of
He's
Canada,
back.
is back.
He's
He was back courtside, and not only that, he was announcing the game, and he left us with a lot of good sound bites.
Yo, some phenomenal sound bites from Drake. Now, let's start the analysis with Drake as a broadcaster. What are your thoughts, Riker? Full-time new job for Drake.
Full-time new job. Oh my gosh, he would fit in so perfectly. He said it to Matty D and Leo. He was like, "You guys are too analytical. You need me as the comic relief." And like, yeah, I mean, he's got a point. Everybody loves Drake. He certainly makes it more interesting.
Yeah, hey, Malik Monk likes chocolate milk. What?
He said,
"Are you sure?" It's like, no, I just made that up. You need some more.
Now he had, oh my god, he had so many different sound bites. He was like, Frank's looking at me weird. He was like,
Freddie Van Fleek.
All right, which one do you like better, Freddie Van Fleek or Steady Freddie?
I like Freddie Van Fleek. Anything Drake says, it's
That's
just
fair.
on fire.
He gets up, he starts asking Leo and Maddie about what they have to do when they use the washroom, and they're like, "Well, do you have to use the washroom, Drake?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get up now." And Leo's like, "This is probably the first time in on-air history that you get up mid-game for a bathroom break." And that's just Drake just has the confidence to do that. It's amazing.
Hey, he's the best, man. He's the GOAT. It's got to be the face tattoos, man.
It's got to be the face tattoos. What did he say about Cody Zeller?
Cody Zeller or Cody Zellers? Man, what a place. Shout out to Zellers, man. Shout out to Zellers.
Shout out to Zellers. That certainly was a turn for the weirder of all of his comments, but it's good to see Drake back in Canada. He certainly is our global ambassador, and I hope that he sticks around. I hope that he does more post-game interviews of the players. I think that would be pretty legendary.
That was great with him and Lowry.
And sticking with our unorthodox opening of this podcast, I think we'll get right into the segments. Start with our
And right before we end with Drake soundbites, you brought up the post-game podcast. Kyle Lowry ends the game, his phenomenal game, as we'll get into, with saying, "I heard you singing last night, Drake. It kind of moted me. I didn't know you could sing." So, thank you. Yeah.
There's nothing better than the banter, and you know what? You see it throughout the games. All the players will come up and talk to Drake during the game. They'll shake hands with him on the sideline. It's really good to see that interaction, and just provides the fans faith too that maybe they'll be able to sit courtside and talk to the players as well. All right, so we'll swing into one day. Hey, one day Drake will be on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's get Drake on this podcast. We gotta start some.
Twitter fans, help us out.
Yeah, Twitter fans, tweet at Drake right now. Get him on the Raptors Digest post game pods.
All right, so swinging into the play of the game, we have Dwight Howard had himself a bit of a flashback game back to the Orlando Magic days. We had Pirtle. He had to step up. Not Ibaka. JV was playing a little aggressive, picked up a couple of fouls. Howard faces up Pirtle, crosses him up, like makes Pirtle dance, and then two-hand crams Ibaka into oblivion. You'll see the highlights on this tomorrow or today, depending on when you're listening to the podcast, but that was one of the nastiest posters I've ever seen in my life, and therefore that is the play of the game. Sorry, Ibaka, but it had to be. Ben, play of the day. We're still looking for a name. We're still looking for a name. There was a couple that were shouted out to us.
Yeah.
But yeah, keep feeding in the ideas.
For sure. We need some more of those. And, well, as it's named now, the play of the day has to go to Kyle Lowry driving into the lane, throwing a little drop-off pass to DeMar to take flight and throw it down in clutch time. That was vicious. That iced the game there.
It did. It definitely did. And finishing us off
when DeMar dunks, man. But when DeMar dunks, it's just so exciting. Right?
It really is. And I watched a really good video on DeMar's journey from Compton to the NBA. And I forgot, and watching his high school clips from Compton, I forgot how truly athletic he was. I mean, he really had no mid-range game, and we forget that now because we're blessed watching his development to becoming one of the premier mid-range shooters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
But he really had no shot whatsoever in high school. He was just this crazy athletic guard that could throw down in
Even
every possession.
his rookie season, he was just a raw athletic player.
Yeah,
He
so
puts that work in.
It's great to see him dunk.
Yeah, all
And
those
now to the
commercials on
infamous-
NBA TV Canada, him shooting those jump shots,
And
paid off.
To the last segment, the infamous DeMarre Carroll Gold Star Award for worst performance of the game. This time, a little different. We're not giving it to a Raptors player. We're giving it to the Hornets players. Whoever was guarding the point guards throughout the game. We have Lowry with 8 3-pointers made. Crazy. And Van Vliet, probably the crazier stat line. Van Vliet with 9 assists and 0 turnovers. I mean, if you could draw up a perfect game for your front court, this was the game.
For backcourt, yeah. It's
For backcourt, yeah.
Yeah. Front court of Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet.
No, but they were holding their own, and it was
Oh man, that was
fantastic to watch.
awesome. Yeah, they were going in, just bullying people and hitting threes, as you'd said. Man, Fred VanVleet, he's been phenomenal for us, man.
He really has. He really has.
With DeLon going down, he stepped up. I know people were kind of trashing on him at the beginning of the year for being out there in crunch time, but he deserves it. He's locked down defense even despite his size. He's making plays on offense.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the rotation will be when DeLon comes back, given Van Vliet has played so well. But I think the more important player of this game was Lowry. So tell me a little bit about what you've seen.
Well, when Lowry's stroke is going, when Lowry hits those transition pull-up threes that you look at, you're like, ugh, and then they're just money, that's when you know you have a good Kyle Lowry.
Yeah.
Man, it's great to see his jump shot back. We even said on a couple podcasts ago, but we'll say it again. He started off the season, everyone was like, does he deserve that contract? He can't really shoot since the wrist injury, but no, he's been great the past month or so now.
Yeah, and let's hope he can sustain this good shooting. But it was sort of a double-headed dragon this game. We had DeMar was playing out of his mind as well. And you know what? I'm happy about this, given that this is what we talked about last. In responding to his 2-point game, given he didn't really need to shoot in the previous win against the Atlanta Hawks, but we said that he needs to be the person that sets the tone. And he came out this game, the start of the first quarter, 3 for 3, playing aggressive, finding his shot in the lanes, making good plays, both on the ball and off the ball. It's exactly the start that we needed to see from DeMar, and he stayed consistent throughout the whole game. We had sort of a momentary lapse, as the Raptors do in the third quarter, 19-2 run. But what brought us back into the game was DeMar being aggressive, and I think that's what the team needs. Whenever there's a lull in the offense, DeMar needs to put the burden on his shoulders, and he needs to deliver, and that's exactly what he did this game.
Yep, and not necessarily through ISO ball, just getting the ball, swinging it, and then when the shot's there, not passing it up, being aggressive, as you said, right?
Yeah, it needs to be smart offense, and it needs to be a team. It needs to be a team game.
Yep, and that's what we've been seeing more consistently this season, which is great to see.
And you know what we mentioned in one of the earlier post-game analysis, is this the Masai Ujiri culture shift?
Hey, it looks like it. It looks
That's what we want to see more of.
Yeah, if we just need to get this, and it seems as the season's been going on, it's going to get more and more consistent, right? It's not going to happen overnight, right? But, and we'll have some off games, some off stretches, as we've seen in a couple tight losses as of late, but all around it's just getting more and more consistent playing the style of basketball, and hopefully by the time the playoffs come, it'll be
fine-tuned. It'll be
fine-tuned
where it needs to be. A wow fact, actually, a little interesting thing in case you missed it during the game. This day last year, or not last year, my goodness, in '96. So this same game, however many years ago that was,
a while back, yep.
Which was the Raptors' inaugural season. They beat the Bulls 109-108, and this was the season that the Bulls won the first of their second three-peat of championships and went on for a season record of 72-10. So the first year of the Raptors playing as a franchise, they were one of the 10 losses handed to MJ and the Bulls. So that's kind of a cool
Damian Stoudemire, that team.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good team, but we're living in the golden age of Raptors basketball.
we beat Michael Jordan again tonight. Owner
That's
of
true.
the Hornets. Owner of the Charlotte Hornets. Everything
Hornets
comes full circle.
With the only Jordan jerseys in the NBA.
Yep. We
Fun
should get
fact.
some OVO jerseys. Like, no Nike, just OVO in the corner.
Oh. I bet you they'd be better quality.
Much better quality.
All right, Ben.
No, but this is a fun game. There's not much negative to take away. OG Anunoby, he had a tough one tonight, but 0 points, 3 rebounds.
I mean, if you look at the sort of the way that the Raptors played, and just to like be very quick on this point,
yeah,
he wasn't really needed in the offense, and that's what I was thinking about. Like, really, I'd like to see growth from OG Anunoby, but in games like this, where you have Lowry and DeMar playing out of their minds,
yep,
you have Ibaka being consistent from mid-range, which is what we want to see from him.
When he's shooting the mid-ranges, he looks so good.
Oh, he looks phenomenal. I wish I could go on a tangent about that. But
yeah.
And then JV playing pretty consistent too, and handling Dwight for the most part on defense. So you have 4 guys that are completely engaged. I mean, it's going to be hard for OG to get many shots that are going to be looked upon favorably by the coaching staff. Like that, he would realistically be the 5th option in the offense.
100%.
So he just needs to take his turn. I thought that his defense was fantastic that game, and I think he only had 3 rebounds, but he rebounded when it was important. So box score not a great indication. He's still God.
He's still God.
And stay tuned for a podcast coming up about OG. That's just a little teaser.
A little tease.
All right, Ben, that's it for me this game.
Yeah, that was a great win for the Raptors. Thanks everybody out there for listening, and make sure to stay tuned to the Raptors Digest for more Raptors content. Thanks, Rickert.
Cheers.